What is up YouTube, JankyYGO here. My name is Mikhael and we're back to making videos again. But first, before we jump in to our new cards we're going to talk about and our new archetype, I just want to give a quick shout out to my friend who built me a new computer. One of the reasons I was away is my old computer was literally breaking down and I couldn't really replace it till now. Anyway, let's jump right into the cards. So the first card we get to talk about is Appliancer Socket Roll. Like a socket, like an electrical socket. You guys get it. It is a dark level 1 machine effect monster with 100 attack, 100 defense. You can only use each of this card's first and second effects once per turn. Its first effect is if you control an Appliancer monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. If you control, or if an appliance or socket troll is special summoned to your field while you control another monster, you can special summon another copy of itself from your deck. Okay, good spam ability. It lets you go into link plays if that's what this deck wants to do. It lets you go into rank ones. That's pretty cool. If you get a tuner out and everything, if they're a synchro deck, because I haven't looked at any of these monsters, you can possibly make some synchro plays. So yeah, that's not bad, especially since it doesn't have the restriction of except for itself or the special summon from the hand. So yeah, this card it's pretty great. Stat total doesn't usually matter on these type of monsters since they're just here just to kind of spam the board and make link XCs or synchros with, depending on what the deck wants to do. So yeah, moving on is Appliancer Breaker Bunkle. Alright, cool. It's a water level 1 machine effect monster with 0 attack, 0 defense. During damage calculation, if your Appliancer monster battles an opponent's monster, you can discard this card. Your battling monster cannot be destroyed by battle, and you take no battle damage from that battle. If an Appliancer monster you control is destroyed by card effect, you can banish this card instead. Okay, so if it would be destroyed. Okay, little protection. Not bad, not great. I mean, protection is always great. Like the whole save your stuff right here. It's fantastic. The whole damage calc, that kind of sucks. Yeah. Next up, Appliancer Copy Buckle. This is a level 1 dark machine effect monster, 0 attack, 0 defense. You can only use each of its effects once per turn. During your main phase, you can target one appliance or monster you control, special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, the card is treated as that target's name until the end phase. During your main phase, you can target this card, except for the turn that this was sent from your graveyard. Blah blah. English is hard. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one appliance or monster you control, special summon one monster with the same name from your hand or graveyard. Okay. So far the whole thing kind of revolves around the socket. Socket special summons another copy of itself. This makes makes itself a copy. I wonder what the significance of copying the same name is. Maybe there'll be something later down in these cards. Let's find out. Now, next card. Appliancer Celtipus. Okay. Dark Machine Link Effect Monster with 0 attack. It's a Link 2, and its arrows are straight down and bottom left. Card cannot be targeted for attacks or opponent's card effects while it is linked. During damage calculation, if an Appliancer Link monster you control is co-linked to this card battles an opponent's monster, that co-linked monster gains 1,000 attack for each monster co-linked to the card. During that damage calculation only, once per turn. Okay, and its last effect is once per turn, if an Appliancer Link monster you control that is not co-linked to this card is destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can draw one card. Okay, so it has benefits if you do co-link and benefits if you don't co-link. That's pretty cool. And if it's linked with something, because it doesn't, that's one of the important things, is linked is just if something's pointing to it or it's getting pointed to, it's considered linked. So you don't have to be co-linked. It just has to be pointing to something, or something has to be pointing at it. So it won't be able to be targeted for attacks or opponent's card effects. So it has built-in protection. That's fine. It protects your others kind of from battle, and it draws you cards. It's a fine card. It needs, I think, a little bit more to work on. I think so far this deck doesn't seem like it does a lot. Anyway, so this is a Link 1 Appliancer Vacuum Elephant, an elephant and a vacuum. Dark Link effect monster with 1,000 attack. It's a Link 1, and its Link arrow is top right. And it's one Appliancer monster. You can only use the first or second effect per turn, and only once a turn. This card cannot be linked during the turn. It cannot be used as link material during the turn it is link summoned. So you only get one of these effects. During your main phase, you can send one card from your hand to the graveyard. Then target one card your opponent controls, destroy that card. During your main phase, if this is co-linked, you can target one monster your opponent controls in your opponent's main monster zone, destroy that monster. If this card is not co-linked, it can attack directly. Okay, so the whole point of this deck is to get them either co-linked or not co-linked, depending on the situation of what you need. This deck, so far, it seems really gimmicky, and like, it doesn't have, I haven't seen anything that's going to say it OTKs, and it doesn't seem like it locks anything out. It seems like it's missing stuff, but I do think it's kind of cool that they're playing around with this gimmick a little bit. Next up is Appliancer Kappa Scale. It's a water machine. Link effect monster with 0 attack. It's Link 1, and its Link is a top going straight up. That's one Appliancer monster. You can only use each of this card's names, first and second effect, once per turn. This card cannot be used as link material the turn it is link summoned. During your main phase, you contribute this co-link card, special summon one Appliancer link monster from your graveyard, except for itself. During your main phase, you contribute this not co-link card, special summon Appliancer level 4 or lower monster from your graveyard. Okay. I feel like this card, I don't know, this deck has a lot of spam ability, and what that means is, to me, since you can't use this as link material right away, you don't have to worry about like your opponent extra linking you. I don't think with it, but I don't know, something about this card, it just screams that it's gonna be used in loops and stuff like that. And well, luckily it's an Appliancer only thing, so maybe it won't be able to. But that effect just, for whatever reason, screams, hey, I'm gonna loop myself, or I'm gonna loop things. Can't get itself back, luckily, but yeah. It's a powerful effect for sure. The deck seems like it doesn't know what it wants to do. It just like spams out things and for the sake of spamming things out. And maybe that's enough to be like a link spam deck. Alright. Next up is Appliancer Dryer Drake. It's a fire machine link effect monster with 0 attack. Link 1, and its link arrow is top right. One Appliancer monster. You cannot use this card for link material the turn it is link summoned. I think I'm going to stop reading that for all the link ones, because all the link ones have it. This card gains 1,000 attack while it is linked. Once during the battle phase, if this card is co-linked, you can switch the location of 2 Appliancer monsters in your main monster zone, including this card, and if you do, that other monster can make 2 attacks during the battle phase. Once per turn, when this card is targeted while it is not co-linked, you can negate the attack. So maybe this is like a weird stun deck. It's a weird stun deck that's like focuses on not being able to Like, I don't know, it's a weird stun deck that focuses on like whether it's linked or co-linked or not, and that's just strange. But I don't know how the deck wins yet. Maybe you just make other link monsters, and that's how it wins. All right. Next up, Appliancer, Laundry Dragon. The water machine link effect monster, 1500 attack. This link arrow is straight up. Requires one Appliancer monster. Its first effect is neither player can take battle damage from battles involving this card. Once per turn, if this co-link card destroys an opponent's monster by battled an opponent's monster, you don't have to destroy it. After damage calculation, you can banish that opponent's monster. Once per turn, if this card battles an opponent's monster while it's not co-linked, after damage calculation, you can destroy that monster, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to its original attack. So this one is the removal thing. You just slam into it. It can't be freaking. You make it so it can't be destroyed by battle. Didn't one of the other link monsters do it? Hold on. I'm pretty sure this octopus said that, right? No. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. Either player take battles from involving it, and well, okay. So this is the removal card. You banish whatever you need to if it can't be destroyed. If it can be destroyed, you just burn them, and you destroy and burn them, and that's probably the win condition. Which isn't great. That's not a good win condition in the slightest. But it is removal. Removal is still pretty good in Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah. I don't think any of these cards it can't be destroyed by battle, and that's kind of big. Like this protects itself. This pops things as well as more removal. This special summon stuff back. This kind of helps attack. But this one works well with the Laundry Dragon, assuming the Laundry Dragon can live, because you can attack. You can make it attack twice, which is cool. So we're gonna go straight to the spell cards. Appliancer reused. You can target one Appliancer monster in your graveyard, special summon that monster, but it is sent to the bottom of its owner's deck if it leaves the field. Okay. In Archetype, Monster Reborns are always welcome, especially since this deck seems like it can link spam pretty hard, and that's not a hard once per turn. That's another thing to think about, is it's not that this spell card is not a hard once per turn, because the monsters going to the bottom of the deck is considered the downside. But on the other, it doesn't have a restriction like you can only summon Appliancer monsters. So what you could do is you could use this to like make rank 1s, and then the Appliancer monsters won't be put to the bottom of your deck when you detach. So that's a way to get around that downside. And like I said, it's just a good like free special summon. So yeah. Next up, Appliancer Test. You can only activate one card with this card's name, one per turn. Target one Appliancer Link monster. Special summon as many Link 1 Appliancer monsters as possible from your graveyard to zones that it points to, but they are banished during the end phase. Okay. That's not bad. Especially because like you can make this octopus, and then you can like summon two of the any of these two really, and then just go to town. Like, can you imagine just summon this and then summon the dryer and the laundry dragon, and then you hit them, right? Or you switch it so you can attack twice, and then you just boom, hit them twice with this. This gains, and then yeah, that, and then you use that to link. Like you go into a link 2 right after that, because the downside is they can't be used as link material to turn their link summon. So you kind of get around the downside of them being banished during the end phase, because it doesn't say banished if they leave the field. So you can link away them and then go into something maybe stronger too instead of that as well, because it doesn't have the downside of you can only summon Appliancer monsters either. So there's ways to get around that downside as well. I'm starting to like the synergy of this deck and how it like throws out monsters. You use the monsters and it throws them back out. I think that's pretty cool, and I always like decks that do that, even if it doesn't seem like it does a lot right now. It doesn't seem like it has a win condition. Maybe the field spell is the win condition though. But I really like that it doesn't have the downside of you can only use Appliancer monsters. But I think the idea was what I said earlier. Anyway, Appliancer electrical world. That's what I'm saying. It's probably like lyrical world. Weird. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. This card's activated. You can add an Appliancer card from your deck to your hand, except a field spell. Okay, that's great. Second effect: once per turn, if Appliancer linked monster is link summon, you can add one Appliancer monster from your graveyard to your hand. Once per turn, when either player's monster declares an attack, you can move one Appliancer monster you control to another of your main monster zones. Okay, so this is a field spell. It kind of does it all deck. It searches, it recycles, it like lets you keep going. It like, I don't know, this card is just fantastic all around. Like it does everything that the deck wants it to do. My only concern is, once again, there's no apparent win condition just from looking at the cards themselves, but they don't have the downside of like you can't summon. Their spell cards don't have the downside of can't summon anything other than Appliancer monsters, so you can like link upwards everything eventually. You can't do it the turn that they're doing. They're sent there and everything, but that's whatever. Anyway, that is it for today. If it is your birthday today, happy birthday. If you want to send us any cool deck profiles or replays, I encourage it. Our email's in the description. And as always, have a wonderful day.